Hey everyone. We are here with GirlScript today, and I think everything is gonna be handled by Varshita. Varshita, go on. It's your channel. It's you. You are the moderator here. Varshita, your network.
A very warm welcome on behalf of the foundation. We hope you are as excited as we are for this session. Today, we are truly honored to have inspiring personality, Praveen Kumar Purushothaman, engineer, not tech computer, and work for the topic is
Hey everyone. Let me do a quick introduction from my end as well. So the way hi, I think we have got Varsha back. So the way I introduce myself is, hey everyone, I'm originally from Chennai, India, currently living and working in London as a full stack JavaScript specialist. So the fun way is,
planning
I think Varsha is still talking. Let's wait.
get to hear deeper code to be tackling open and is how he managed to get his job in UK. Sounds unbelievable to witness it live. So yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you, Varsha, for this amazing intro. I would be generally introducing like this. Hey everyone, my name is Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India. My wife is JavaScript, my girlfriend is React.js, and I'm a full stack developer. I'm currently a director of engineering at one of the top three fintech in it's a US based fintech in Canary Wharf, London. So that's me. And about Varsha, you tell something real quick.
Hi. Vashta. I'm from GirlScript Foundation. I'm from yeah.
Amazing. So, quick thing. So here's
Um, I'm from GirlScript Foundation. Praveen, yeah. Uh, yeah.
amazing. So let's go on in the first thing. So whatever, I mean, like, go ahead with your first question. Let's go on in the flow.
Yeah. Praveen, what was your journey from India to the UK like?
So basically, I started with my master's in cloud computing from University of Leicester. So in those days, I finished my bachelor's from one of the tier 27 colleges in Chennai. And after that, I had a amazing uh, work at a lot of people would have imagined. So it's Tata Consultancy Services, and it was good. I went into research in the first attempt of my work itself, and it was so cool. But only for the first 6 months. After that, almost 2.5 years, I could not keep up with, like, I have been doing the same thing, and I wanted kind of a change. During that time, I also lost a huge personal thing. So what happened was, I thought, okay, I should leave this place, or like maybe probably leave India and explore something more. So this was my idea. And at that point of time, the way I thought was, okay, if I need to go outside and work, I have no clue. I have never traveled outside of Chennai, outside of Tamil Nadu. So if I need to travel outside, I need to have some kind of a backup. And if it is going to be studies, and if I want to go out of India, obviously there will be this question of GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, etc., etc. If at all I attempt any of these examinations, I'm sure that I'll fail. So I thought, like, what could I do? So that time was the thing which I thought, like, okay, so I will need to find a university that accepts me for my talents and not for my entrance examinations. Most of the British universities will consider Indian students to come in as quick as, like, they don't need any kind of restrictions. They don't pose any restrictions, and they'll give, like, if you have a good marks in your 10th and 12th marks, based on that they would be giving you an entry. So this is what happened in my case. So basically what we had is, I had like 74% in my 10th standard and 78% in my 12th standard, and based on that they gave me like 70%, 4 lakhs of scholarship. Right now they are giving around 11 lakhs, and it was one single year of course. And I came here, and pretty much everything was different. So first thing is the way they teach things, and we had a lot of professors who were asking about, like, how things are working on, etc., etc. So everything was completely practical. And we had pedestrian crossing, and there were like signals for pedestrians which I never saw in India. And there were like so many cultural shocks that I got. And whatever we learned, everything was in practical methods, not by theoretical. So most of the things that I see in India were theoretical. I studied both in India and the UK. I have worked both in India as well as the UK. So this is the current scenario. And thinking about all these things, I was concentrating a lot on studies and not going to any part-time jobs, because obviously we got a loan. And I would suggest anyone who comes here, I do understand that we all have financial crunch, but if we try to overcome the first year of financial crunch by concentrating fully on studying, building your network, and then making sure you are good with your academics and networking, which is very important, showcasing your skills, that is what is needed here. You can earn 10 times more than what you spent in your studies. This is the superb thing that I learned here. And apart from this, the reason why I was stressing up on networking is, one fine day, the master's director, they came into the college, they came into the university, and then they said, like, all those people who are on visa, please find an internship within 7 days, or else you have to go back to your country. So this is what happened. And I was like, yeah, everyone was shocked. And I was like looking at, like, okay, what would be the best thing to do at that point of time. And every single person in my peers, they had a CV. I didn't know what a CV was. I didn't even have a CV, proper CV with me. And then finally, what exactly happened was, okay, fine, that's it, it's gone. And I was in a, but I had another idea. I used to go for this particular event. There was a meetup that happens every Friday. So this meetup was run by my senior in Leicester, University of Leicester is where I studied, and it was computer science, masters in cloud computing. And this person, Ben, he comes every Friday with a startup. He introduces the startup. He tells how the startup is amazing, etc., etc. And then finally, what happens is, you are I used to go ahead and critique all these startups. I ask questions and I say like what best things can be done. I kind of like brainstorm so many things. So these things were happening in parallel. At that time, what happened was this professor, who is the messy director, he came and said, everyone, all those people who are in visa, get your internship sorted in 7 days, or else you have to go back to your countries. I was like looking at all these people applying for hundreds of jobs every single day with their CVs, which I did not have one. I just called up Ben. Ben, you know me, I know you. This is the scenario. So, is there any way I could get a job or internship? The way I said was like a drama queen, obviously. So you would be seeing all these um, uh, serials like where there is like Rashib and those kind of things happen. And then he was like so shocked and scared. He said like, okay, immediately I'll go talk to your MSc director and see how we can work on this. And then he called up. Then he said like, okay, this is what is happening, and let's work on something that Praveen can do for our company. What exactly happened was my university has sold me for 10,000 pounds, that is 10 lakhs, to Ben. And Ben did not have 10 lakhs with him at that point of time. He was able to get 8 lakhs, and 2 lakhs was given by the city council, the Leicester City Council, where there was a program of like if you create a new startup, if you make a new startup, if you create a new company, they are giving out 2,000 pounds, which is 2 lakhs at that point of time. So that all combined, they hired me as both CEO as well as a peon. So from that time onwards, I have been a growth hacker here. And then it went really well. So this is what happened here. And basically, I did not have a CV, and finally I got into a complete full-time job. That's exactly the power here. So um, basically started with an internship, then through networking I got my job, and here is how my career was born. So at this point of time, while I'm talking to you as a director of engineering, this is my 30th company in the UK within the past 8 years. Some people might think, is this like, can this person be trustable, because this person is jumping multiple companies? Basically what happened was I post whatever I know on LinkedIn and onto all these people, like onto my um, all the followers and other things. Whenever I learn something, I try to make a small video of it or make a picture and a post and post it on LinkedIn. This actually helped me cover the wider audience. A lot of people started following me, coming to get to know about me, etc. So this is the first step in getting you exposed to a lot of people. That exposure helped me a lot. Then you gain the trust. This is can be done by showcasing what exactly you can do. So one fine thing, how many of you know who created Wikipedia? It's a quick trivia question. Actually, I don't have the um, live chat with me at this point. Let me try to open up the live chat here. Ah, Varshita is gone. Okay, so let's see. So for all these people, how many of you know who is the founder of? Okay, I'm just looking at the chats right now. For all these people. Okay, okay. Let me answer the questions very quickly. Sorry about the Google Meet. Yes, there was network connections with Varshita. I'll see what we can do in this case. I think Varshita is logging in once again. I'm just trying to find out. Okay, so Google Meet link. Okay, cool. Google Meet link, I don't have it. Sorry, there's no Google Meet here. Is bachelor's enough? So bachelor's is enough for coming into the UK or something like that. That works, but it is not just the bachelor's is not enough for everything. And yeah, thank you so much. Please go ahead and put your questions as well. Right now, frustrated teenager is telling, doing bachelor's in India in a tier 1 university, interested in doing programming, how can I make my way into Europe? So most of the European, I'm not sure about the greater European part, but UK, they don't require you to have any English language requirements at this point. If you are from India, and from most of the universities, they accept that as your English language, so you can just come in. And Kajal asks, what stacks or tools should students learn in 2025 to stay relevant? So right now, if you see most of the tools and techs that are very much needed and going on is JavaScript and Python. These two are amazing. Python starts with the first rank with a lot of people because it is easy to learn. But for me personally, I'm a JavaScript person. I usually introduce myself as my wife is JavaScript, my girlfriend is React.js, right? So that way I'm super interested with JavaScript. I'm super passionate on JavaScript. So that way I'm always with JavaScript side of things. And now, the other part which I would be telling is about the networking. So, how many of you? Okay, now I'm looking at all the chat questions, right? How many of you know who is the founder of or creator of Wikipedia? This is actually a cool thing that happened recently, and I was able to. I'll show you something really quick. Okay, and in this particular scenario, there is an unknown person says a student studying in a tier 2 college in BTech can study in Europe. Yes, you can, because I am from a tier 27 college. My college name no one knows. So I'm from an affiliated college from Anna University in Chennai. So definitely yes, that is possible as well. Larry, it's who's the other founder? You're right, Aishwarya. You're almost right. Larry is one of the creators. The real creator, a lot of people know, is Jimmy Wales, and I did meet both of them in one of the amazing events here in London. So that was the fun part for me. So these are things that can happen when you are networking a lot. I'm just trying to see if I can search for that picture. That is the main thing that I was planning to show everyone on screen. Um, yeah, again, Varshita is lost. So hopefully she is back again. Just give me 1 second. I think the network with Varshita is very less there. So hopefully it becomes better. Trying to see if yeah, yeah, Varshita is back again. Okay, let me share my screen real quick. So I think you should be able to see. I think you should be able to see the screen. Well, this is the only pic that I could quickly share. So that's Jimmy Wales along with me, and he was like super cool in talking with people and other things. So this is something that is cherished for life. I'm a 90s kids, so think about this: a 90s kid guy who is able to meet the creator of Wikipedia, which is like super cool, right? So that's exactly what happened with me. And yeah, these are possible with the in what do you call this, your network is your net worth, something like that. And coming back to all the chats and other things, okay, so we have a lot of questions from Anjali. How do I build a team for online hackathons and when I don't know many people? This is the beauty of hackathons. I'll be telling about that. And another thing is, okay, let's carry on with Varshita's flow. So Varshita, you were talking something about other stuff. So this is one thing. And another thing that I wanted to tell everyone is whatever you learn something, start sharing it on LinkedIn as well. I wanted to show a few posts as well. Let me try finding them. But in the meantime, basically, yes, try to share something. Actually, yeah, I'll just try to share what all things that I have been posting these days. This is very much important for your network to grow. So let me share my screen again. So I hope everyone should be able to see the screen. This is my LinkedIn profile. Okay. And here, this is exactly what's happening right now, right? So I have been sharing every single thing every single day. Like every day at 9 a.m. I used to share something. But how do I do? Like, how do we even get time or something like that? The best thing you can do right now is to schedule your posts. So for the next 90 days, I usually schedule the post, and for the next 3 months, I don't need to be disturbed. Even if something happens to me or something like that, things will go on fine. So look at this until I think until June 8th or June 9th or June 11th keeps going on. Until June 11th, July 11th, I have shared everything. So even if I am not available or if I'm not feeling well or something like that, it keeps going on. So the thing that I would say is a few things that you are very much interested in. Make sure you share them and put it in your featured. In case if you are looking for so if you want to put in your featured part, you have to use. I think you should be using LinkedIn Premium for it. So make sure if you get a LinkedIn Premium for free, it is gonna be helpful. I can also try getting you a LinkedIn Premium. There are like so many people who are giving you all these things. And another thing that I would say is building in public. So what happens if you do building in public? So one of the featured posts about what I did is here. Let me try finding that very quickly. This is again, I'm speaking, and this is the featured post of my work. So again, I have been going to multiple meetups, meeting people, and then I'm putting it by tagging them. That goes big as well. So make sure you do those things too. And online meetups, again, meetups, again, meetups. So talk to people about what you learned in the meetups. So here is the first thing that I built myself. And then, so basically, I hate the radio buttons and normal HTML and CSS, right? So in that case, what you can do is I had an idea of how to make this effective using CSS. So I just created a video of it. How many of you here use Canva? So all these things, whatever you see in the live stream also uses Canva. Whatever you see here also uses Canva. So basically I start with very simple basic idea of like for any beginners, how they can follow up with each other. Four list items. And then inside. So I go ahead with every single step, baby steps, and then finally they come up with something that we are able to work and how things are working here. So at the end, I also show what exactly the problem I'm facing and how I am solving that problem too. So this is exactly what a complete webinar or something like that. And this went really viral. A lot of people saw it. This is just an example. There are multiple things. Like for example, this fixed nav bar. So this is a really torturous problem that is faced by a lot of front end developers. So I posted these two videos, and within few hours or within few moments, I get messages from a lot of people, a lot of random people. They could be CTOs, managers, technical recruiters saying the way you are explaining things is very nice, and we would like to work with you. So even if you have a good salary, we can negotiate. Like we can give you like 10% increase, 40% increase, something like. Sorry, if you are actually, if my employer is seeing, hey, I'm still gonna be with you, I have no plans of going out of my current job, so I'm very happy with my current job at this point. Okay, so this happens a lot. I got like around like double the salary what I'm receiving right now. Those kind of requests, those kind of things that I usually get. So all these things are possible just by sharing what you build, something like that. So this is something I would say with your network. Your network is your net worth. So the point is, when everyone else were sending hundreds of CV, all I did was I just went and asked a person who I had a good rapport with. And I got my internship. I got my first internship. The salary was great. And finally, I'm in front of you like after so many hops, etc. So, Varshita, this was what happened with my journey.
Yeah, we can really understand that networking is very important. And I really want to ask you this: how did hackathons shape your career?
Oh, yeah, that is actually a crazy question. So, 24 hours, what can you do? That was the question usually people ask, right? So hackathons are 24 hours hackathons, there are 48 hours hackathons. And I think there was a question literally there. Someone from the YouTube channel also asked about like on hackathons, there will be a lot of random people. How will I even understand? Like, how will I work with them? That's what happens in your real life, right? So when you go join a team in a company, you won't be working with all newbies who were in your classes. They will be joining from different cities, different parts of the world, and then they all will become one of your team members. So this is where you have to start communication skills. Basically, you should be open to talk with others. You should not feel hesitated, or you should not feel the um you should not think a lot before you talk. Just go ahead and talk. Hey Varshita, I'm Praveen, I'm from Chennai. This is a good start, right? And then why are we here? We are here for a
Yes.
hackathon then. So what is the main thing that is required? Basically, even in the professional setup, you need to tell about your skills. So I worked for 5 years. I have got 10 years of work experience. I was in India for 3 years, and here in the UK I was working for like 10 years. So probably I have like 13 plus 2 years of internship experience. I've got like 15 years of experience with me, something like that. You can start. And as I mentioned, my passion involves in JavaScript. So I love JavaScript, and React JS is one of my really helpful thing. Like I really love working on it. So for Varshita, tell me about yourself. What do you do? So this kind of like a starting thing, that would help a lot. So if you have this kind of hesitation, you can have these kind of initial questions to start with. That will actually help a lot. So with respect to the questions regarding how I build a team for online hackathons when I don't know many people, go ahead, talk to people, understand who they are. Pick a team where you have all sorts of talents. For example, there should be one person who can do the coding. That is the main thing. There should be one person who can think of something and deal with the ideas. We need a creative person. Then we need a person who can lead the whole team. You can be a leader. If you don't know how to lead, maybe you are a good developer, you are a programmer or something. That's also a great thing. Find a person who can lead the whole team, understand each and every person's team members need or what the team needs. That person should know, hey, Varshita, we need another person who, or hey, Anjali, who asked that? Yeah, Anjali asked that. Hey, Anjali, we need another person who is good in designing. So find someone who is good in designing. So you go ahead hunting people of who actually is able to design really well. So something like that. These are a couple of things that you can do. So this is a start way of how online, like how you can start with a stranger. A frustrated teenager says, "Isn't Larry Page the creator of Twitter?" Really? Okay, I'm not sure. I thought it was another person. I don't remember. Hey, RYD. I'm in the last year of college major. My tech stack is MERN. Divine Diaries. Nice to know. So mine is also MERN. Okay. Have good GitHub portfolio. I want to work in the UK. What are all the exact steps you would do if I were in your if I were in your position and you know MERN stack? See, MERN stack is really good, right? You can actually showcase what you have done in a screenshot way, or if you can also use Zoom to record all your screen along with some small steps to how what was your motivation and how you did things, etc., etc. These kind of things you can actually do. So thinking about all these things, try to create these kind of videos or pictures of screenshots of what you have done, post it on LinkedIn, post a lot, be consistent. That is the main thing, and then definitely people will reach out to you. That's what I would say. And Harsha Nandi says, what are the most important DSA or development projects? See, I'm in the UK. So in India, DSA may be important, but in the UK, your practical skill set is important. I have been interviewed by at least 17 to 18 different companies in the past 8 years, out of which only two companies asked me for DSA, that is Facebook, Meta, and Amazon. So I did not have much thoughts about going to any of the fan companies because the pressure and the work culture is something that I don't quite appreciate there. So, but other companies, like for example, the current company that I'm working for, it is not a fan company. It's one of the top three Fortune 50 companies, but there is no, I wouldn't say like there are no fancy features. It is not a people like us, developers will not know about the brand because they are B2B. JPMC people might have heard of, but Fitch, I don't think not many people might have heard of, right? So they are doing B2B things. In spite of that, all I'm looking for is a good salary, obviously. Then I want a MacBook Pro, and I want to work only in the area of JavaScript, React. Probably now I'm happy with TypeScript and other things. So this is what should be your thought process. You should find what is liking, like what is your liking, rather than going behind the brands. I'm not sure, like, don't go behind any brands or something like that, but at the same time, make sure your priorities lie in the your your talents rather than going behind the brands. That's what I was saying. um what skills do AML engineers need in the UK? Or like I'm not sure about the AML side of things because I'm not into that thing. But I guess Python is one of the main. major things, I would say. Super. I think I have also answered all these questions while Varshita was trying to fix the network. So Varshita is back. Go on, Varshita. I think you missed the other question. Go check it out.
Yeah. Like I have been listening, we have been listening about the vibe coding a lot these days. What's your take on this vibe coding?
Vibe coding, yes. Okay, see, there are two things about vibe coding and also AI related stuff for me. So the first thing I would say is when it is on the AI side of things, please take it with a pinch of salt. Make sure you understand the basics, and then you go ahead with learning, like doing a vibe coding. Because the problem with this particular thing is there is a lot of places where ChatGPT or Claude, anything can make a lot of mistakes. So make sure you don't get into that trouble. That is the first thing I would say. And secondly, when it comes to vibe coding, yes, there is a possibility that Claude or Claude Sonnet 3.7 can completely replace me. It is so good with React and Tailwind. You don't need a developer who does that. So considering that, um, even though it is giving you the perfect output, don't get carried away by it, because it might be working. Later, when you want to change something, you need to go ahead and ask ChatGPT or Claude. At that point of time, you have to have a basic understanding. So if you have a basic understanding, basic foundation, yes, vibe coding can enhance your experience or like the complete thing in a much higher way. That is what I would say. And also, a lot of people are learning by vibe coding. It is actually a good, fun way to learn something new. So you would be having an expert sitting next to you to help you with code, and you can ask questions. Okay, so I want to add this particular component in my current application. What should I do? I'm so clueless. So I type it in the chat for Claude, and it gives me an output. Most of the people just copy paste the output and then they are happy and they leave. But what I do is, okay, super, but why did you do this? Explain me the code, everything step by step. And secondly, I would also ask it to explain me in such a way that I understand it. Why we are doing this way? Why not other ways? What other ways can you do? And why are you choosing this particular way? These kind of questions, if you ask the um, Claude AI or some AI, whichever you are using. Claude is really good with programming things. So if you ask, it will explain everything. So that tomorrow, if you are going to an interview, you would be able to give the reasoning once you understand these things. So these are a couple of things to start for you with vibe coding. That's what I would say. Let me quickly look at the chat as well.
Like yeah. Yeah, tech is boring for many. How do you learn tech in a fun way?
This is actually a fun question. So, how about gaming everything? How many of you don't like games? Before that, I would like to answer this question. Um, what is your recommendation for a 13 years experience professional on learning DSA that's mandated in every interview? Unfortunately, I have got no clue about DSA because yes, because of my history and other things. So yeah, maybe I will skip this question and go ahead with what Varshita has asked me. And in the meantime, with the questions from the other chat. Oh wow, I did not see the title Lazy Hacker to Get Wizard. This is actually nice. Awesome. We have a lot of questions. Oh my god. What skills do AML? How long have you been working in the UK? I have been working for almost like 12 years now in the UK. I love web development, but I still did not get any jobs. Please tell me what should I do. So one thing I can say is create a lot of projects, share it on LinkedIn, and see what happens. Worst case, talk to me. Get connected with people like me. We can also boost your profile or something like that. We can also critique your work, and then that way it also helps. And how can I improve my LinkedIn or GitHub to noticed by international recruiters? Start posting a lot, but make sure you're consistent. This is something I would say. Now, coming back to what Varshita asked, one of the best questions ever. How would you make the boring tech very interesting? How many of you play games, and how many of you feel playing games is interesting? How many of you feel that Scrolling the reels is very interesting. Come on, tell me that. Okay, looking at all the three different chats on LinkedIn, YouTube, and YouTube. Yes, I could see a lot of people are saying, I want to play games. Hey, by the way, connect with me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn account is there in the description. LinkedIn links are there in the description. I believe so. Or is it not? Okay, it is easy to find. It's Praveen. Praveen Tech is my username, but Praveen Kumar Purushothaman, if you search, definitely you will be able to find it. So I'm looking forward to get connected with everyone. So how many of you feel so happy to play games? So this is one of the cool things. A lot of games you can play and then you can learn. For example, I'll give you a few examples. One thing is CSS. So I'm good with CSS, right? So I can show you a small game on CSS. So there is this particular game called Flexbox Froggy. Let me share my screen. I think you should be able to see the screen right now. So we have something called as Flexbox Froggy. It's a game for learning CSS Flexbox. Okay. So what happens here is you would be looking at something like this. So there is this frog. Unfortunately, this frog is not an alive. It's a dead frog. It's just plastic. So we will be using this frog to move to the puddle. So how do we do this? We have to use Flexbox for this. So how do you learn Flexbox? On the left side, you have all the documentation that is required to know Flexbox. So we have Flex start, items aligned to the left side of container. Flex end, item aligns to the right side of the container. What is the property? It is called justify content. So I do justify content here. And then if I do center, I know it is wrong. So I can see that the frog is moving to the center. Okay. So what I really need, I need to go for flex end. So if I do the flex end, boom, the frog is in the puddle and it is happy as well. So basically, if I use Flexbox, if I want to move something to the right side or center, I would be using justify content center or justify content flex end. This is how I learn something in CSS using by playing a game. So this is what I do. I press the next. I get all these things in a tougher way. For example, at the end, I have so many frogs. This is so crazy. I need to use justify content, align items, flex direction, order, every single thing I need to use so that all these things are looking really good. So this is what is the way of how you can learn. The same way there is another thing called as CSS Grid Garden. Oh, here it is. Play CSS Grid Garden. So if I open this one, it is this grid garden, and why is it not letting me open this one? See, this is the problem with this one. So I'll just use Google is my friend. Google should be your friend as well. So this is CSS grid garden. This is the same thing. So there is something called as grid column start. So I should be putting, if I put 1, it is starting at the first point. 2, so this is not 0 indexed. So this is 1 index. So I want to start it at 3 so that it works here. What if I have something like 7? It goes out of sight. So I guess 3 is the right answer, and then I can go next. So similarly, I would be able to do a lot of things. I think this is weed, and then this one is like something like so we will be using the same grid column start, and then if I use something like, okay, let me try doing -1 or -2. So -2 actually goes to the correct thing, or I can also do 5. So 5 also goes to the correct thing. So we can actually play a game and then try a lot of things. This way we will be able to learn something in a fun way. What do you think about this? How many of you have seen playing games and then learning things? Nice, right? It's so fun. Coming back to the chats, let's see. Oh, wow. Um, so Mehak, I'm looking forward to connect with you. So let's see how we can do. And Rakshita asks a question. Can you share a roadmap for someone who wants to become good at backend or front-end development? It's actually a great question, and I have some amazing resources for you as well. So we have this particular website called roadmap.sh. Let me share my screen again. So here's the website. It is called as roadmap.sh. It has got all the developer roadmaps, role-based and programming-based as well. So there is skill-based roadmaps where you will be able to learn the programming languages. For example, JavaScript or Java or something like that. Or you can also learn the libraries, for example, React. Or you want to have a role-based roadmap, which is what Rakshita asked. So we have front end, back end, full stack. So in case if you want to learn both front end and back end, that becomes full stack. But these people also have a full stack role. And someone asked me about AI and data scientist, right? So let's have a quick look at what exactly they have asked. These are the things that you should be knowing to learn how. And another thing, there is also so many courses, articles, papers that are available so that you can learn all these things. So these are good ways to start with learning all these. So I would suggest going for roadmap.sh as a starting point for you to learn something really nice. So that is something I would say. And what about other questions? What kind of project should I build for hackathons if I'm not confident in my coding skills? See, there are hundreds of YouTube channels, including me. They are so much beginner friendly. So try to replicate the same projects that are available. This helps you with doing a lot of things and learning a lot of things as well. So this is something that you can do. Apart from these things, you can also try talking with other people. I mean, replicating things, you would be able to do it, right? So you just need to see it and then do it. So once you are confident, try to change something. It's all about playing a game. So how many times you play the game, you might fail, you might succeed, something like that, right? So that's exactly what we should be doing. And Dhanush, hey, Dhanush is someone who actually I met in React India, and he's actually a owner of React India. He does all these React India meetups. So say hi to him. So something like that. This is how networking is so powerful. So whenever you meet someone, they can also come here, and this is so amazing. And Jyoti Singh says, "What kind of project should I build for hackathons?" Okay, yeah. So Jyoti Singh, I hope I was able to answer you. Start with beginner projects, look at what you are interested in, and then start working on that. Which tech stack, Abhinaya asks, which tech stack are you currently using in your projects? Merge stack, or specifically React and Node. That's it, nothing else. Sometimes I use TypeScript at work, I use TypeScript, but personally I love React and Node.js. So that's what I usually use. Or I build a lot of websites using jQuery and Bootstrap. Don't shout at me for using jQuery. I know it is like 100 years old, but still, it is really good. What do you suggest? Oh, so Sam is asking, what do you suggest to a techie who is going to do MBA now, but would love to be a part of the tech ecosystem maybe in the future? It's actually a great question. Um, I personally haven't explored the MBA side of things because I don't want to get into MBA side. But recent times when people are like pressuring me, if you go to MBA, you can earn a lot, or like you can, your whole thinking process changes. What I would suggest you is don't lose the tech side of you. Make sure you keep on doing competitions, hackathons, and stuff like that. And then in parallel, try to go for MBA, and hopefully that also helps. And we have Shreyash. Thanks, Dhanush. Can you share your LinkedIn profile, sir? Please don't call me sir. Sir is a banned word in the UK, and just call me Praveen. That's good. So if you go to, I mean, I don't think I can share LinkedIn links in the chat in GSSoC channel or something like that. So you can easily find me, Praveen Kumar Purushothaman. That is my name. That's my full name, and you should be able to find with the URL. It's Praveen Tech. I will just put the URL here. So in/Praveen Tech is my URL. So go ahead, connect with me. So Dhanush says, can you share something about the community impact that shapes their journeys as developers? Hope you are the best one to share this to our fellows. Okay. So basically, I have got a lot of communities like GirlScript Summer of Code and GirlScript Foundation is a huge community of like more than what a lakh people right now. So this is one of the best communities I have ever seen in the recent times, and there are other communities as well like Script, and I don't know if I can even say those community names. I have my own women in tech community as well, which you can easily find it out. It's called Cats in Tech, and there are like loads and loads of things that we do in those communities. Like if you take GirlScript Summer of Code, they are completely into open source. Open source, then community connections, etc., etc. So these are the things that people do, and that actually helps. Like a lot of, like for example, it is like a family. You have 100 people in a room, and everyone is a techie just like you. They all have different levels of knowledge, so they share a lot of things, right? That is what happens. So this way, what you will achieve is you'll learn from the other people. I'll learn from you, something like that. This actually helps a lot. So what this gives you in return is really a huge thing. It's about learning. It's about knowing what all things are available for you in case if you are, let's say you are in Chennai, and there is another person who says like, hey, I'm coming to Chennai from Mumbai or Delhi to attend this particular GDG event. You might not know. So first thing, knowing what is happening around you. Second thing, let's say you are stuck with some kind of like a question or something like that and you want to get help. So these kind of communities, people love to help each other. So people will get in touch with you, like what is the question, what's happening, etc., etc., and immediately they will guide you with it. So that's these are the impact that I have seen, and I learn from a lot of people. Like, see, I love content creating on YouTube and LinkedIn, right? So whenever, let's say, Varshita comes and asks me, hey, Praveen, I have this question and something like that. Oh, wow, this is an amazing thing to do. So let me teach her. And then this question is there for a lot of people. I create a small video, put it on LinkedIn, post it on LinkedIn. So this way, I get a reference for myself later on. After, see, today morning what I ate, I don't even remember. So what will happen like 5 days ago, what I created or what I learned. So this will become a reference which I can refer back later time. Second thing, I'm also helping Varshita and other people. So Varshita is one person who wanted this question to be answered, but there will be 1,000 people who want to know what's happening and how to do these things, etc. So all those people will get answered as well. And then finally, looking at this that you have shared, people who are not related to you, they look at you, oh wow, this person knows all these things, and there may be a possibility that they want to hire you or something like that. At that point of time, they will say like, hey Praveen, this happened real. So your the way of explaining and the way of your working with us, it looks really nice. We can pay any amount that you are looking for. We can negotiate. We want you to work in our company. You get career opportunities, something like that. These are the things that I would say. The thing. Okay, so Abhinaya asks me this question: what programming languages are you most comfortable with and why? I would say PHP was the one which I really love. It's been a decade, it's been 10 years since I touched it, but now it is JavaScript because JavaScript is everywhere and it is very easy to learn. I started with JavaScript. So JavaScript and PHP were the two things. PHP was on the server side, JavaScript was on the front end. And when Node.js was released, Node.js is again JavaScript, right? So I can write the same front end code on my back end as well. So I'm now completely into JavaScript, both front end, back end. JavaScript is my friend, and I also work in weekend. See how many ends are there. So we are making the ends meet. So JavaScript is my most comfortable language ever, and it is the best for me. So this is what I would say. Meet says, in which company are you currently working? I'm currently working with one of the big three. It's called Fitch, and I'm a director of engineering there. That's what I'm doing currently. Um, ask in public and answer in public, build in public. That is what is the best thing. Give us the best resources to learn JavaScript, React, and Node. For JavaScript, I would say there is something called as javascript.info. For React, we will go with Westboss. And Node, there is Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is one of the best where you can learn a lot of things from that. And there are like so many video tutorials, as well as there are like assignments where you can read and then work on things, work on tasks, etc. So these are the things that I would say as the best tutorials and stuff like that. So that's for you, Aishwarya. And apart from this, let me check my YouTube channel where there are some chats. I think no one is watching that, but um, yeah, I couldn't see the chat from some people have removed their chat. Only three people were watching. Okay, no questions on LinkedIn as well, I suppose. Okay, cool. So go ahead, Varshita, back to you. Oh, wait, there is a question from Soumya Sri. What is your recommendation for a 13-year experience professional learning DSA? Oh, I think I saw that question in YouTube. I think I answered it.
Yeah, like, I really want to ask you this.
Varshita, I think I still can't hear you. I think we are almost at the end of the 1 hour uh, time. Let
Certifications like Coursera or Udemy.
questions like Coursera.
Yeah,
What's the question again? Do you want to type it?
yeah. Do certifications like Udemy help?
No, Arshita, I couldn't hear you. Okay, I have got another question. What was your learning path for mastering the MERN stack? Basically, finding an amazing course from Westboss and then trying to make the exact replica of Facebook. So that's what I did, and it really helped me to work with MERN stack, the complete MERN stack, and I was able to finish it off in record time. Yeah, timing is also something that's very important. So I did that as well. So these are the things that I did. Yeah, Varshita, are you back? Okay, seems like Varshita is missing. We might need to find. Oh God, yeah, Varshita seems missing again. Yes, Varshita is
Yeah,
back.
do certifications really help while applying jobs abroad? This it's like
Certifications from big companies, yes. So, for example, if you are Microsoft certified professional, Oracle certified Java professional, what are the Sun certified? I think Sun company is dead. We have Cisco certified networking professional. Those kind of certifications do matter. But if you are not able to find those certifications budget friendly, or if you can't get those certifications, that's completely fine. Learn those certifications. See, all there is a lot of big library in YouTube on how to crack those certifications, right? So all you need is to showcase in some way that you are worth for that certification, right? So all you do is go to YouTube, go to different tools, or like what else I should say, go to different ways where you can learn these things and then write those certificates, like be prepared for those certificates, for certifications. But what you do is, while learning, share it with everyone. So chapter 1 today in CCNP, Cisco certified networking professional, is understanding how the network interface cards work, something like that. I'm just making things up. So you learned about what network interface cards are, how LAN RJ45 works, something like that, how DNS works. What is this ARP protocol? It's called Address Resolution Protocol. Write a small paragraph about your understanding of what it is. There is AI tools, there is so many image generators. You can also steal images from outside, but don't do that. You can do a lot of things and then post it on your LinkedIn. So do this. This way you actually have a learning journey as well. So this helps you to be better with or without certifications as well. So a person who has got certification but no activity on LinkedIn or other socials, the professional socials like LinkedIn or GitHub, is 80% equivalent to what you do, even if you don't have certifications, because you are posting it in public so people know that they can believe you. Make it believable. That is the main thing.
yeah, like sometimes I often feel like I'm too many things at once. How do I stay focused on one?
You're asking the
How do I?
wrong person. Okay, Varshita's question is, we see a lot of things that we get overwhelmed. There are so many distractions. That is not distractions in the sense you study something and then your parents put a serial and drama and you go there. Not that distractions. When you start learning JavaScript, oh, there is this new thing called TypeScript. Oh, there is new thing called Go.js. Oh, wait, there is this PDF maker. Yes, there are so many distractions that comes. Unfortunately, you can't be away from those distractions, but they are also important in your life. Make sure you do a plan, create a to-do list, tick each and everything once you do it. Make granular level changes, or like granular level to-do list or something like that. That actually helps you with how you can make it work, something like that. This will also energize you when you see all these to-dos are ticked. That helps a lot for you as well. So something like that, that works. So we can have a
Yeah,
quick
like if you want to give an advice, yeah. If you want
go
to give
on.
an advice, what advice would you give to students today?
So I have like 5 advices for everyone. Please listen it carefully. And if you want to share this and put it on LinkedIn, that's a good thing as well. Go to my LinkedIn, tag me on LinkedIn. Okay. So the first thing is document your learning journey publicly. Build in public. Tell people what you're building, how you're building. All these things actually add up value to your resume and your career. Second thing is use AI as second brain, not the primary thing. You can use Copilot, ChatGPT, or the best thing is Claude for all the programming things. But don't rely on it 100%. Rely on it on 20%, 30%, something like that. But don't rely on it 100%. Even ChatGPT says the same thing. I can make mistakes. Please don't rely on me. Make sure you do the research. Okay, so rely on them just 20%. Explore soft skills and community building. Communication is a very crucial thing in this 2025 for getting anything done. You want 100 crore, communication is the key. You want a job, communication is the key. You want to get into Google or fan companies without DSA, communication is the key. So communication is the basic thing for everything. If you are able to communicate to someone and convince probably Sundar Pichai to become his partner in work or something like that, obviously you got the job, right? So that's how the communication is so powerful. So communication is the key. Make sure you get on top of your soft skills. I am so bad in soft skills. Maybe I'm starting to get better, but my boss keeps telling my soft skills are extremely poor. I'm trying my level best to make it better. So if you see that I'm really good with soft skills in the corporate world, I think it is not enough. So we need to do a lot of things in the soft skill side of things. Then the next thing I would say, hackathons is much okay. So obviously you have to have the classroom training. It is good, but better than that, in India, DSA is revered. Better than that, make projects. A lot of projects you create that gives you the confidence on how you can do a lot of things, how you can be confident. But on top of that, go to hackathons, competitions, try to win the projects. That's where you build your confidence. That is one main thing. And finally, trust your chaos. Your network is your net worth. Connect with me, connect with Varshita, connect with all these amazing people. They will be able to guide you in much better way. There are so many good critics out there, so they will be also helping you a lot. So this is what I would say. And coming back to our chat, Akshaya says, learning path to mastering MERN stack. Abhinaya, yes, I have added you. What kind of project should I build to stand out as a MERN stack developer? Abhinaya, again, this is a subjective question. Start with basics and then go on for higher and higher words. So starting with basics is like just building a small web app. Then higher things is like the extreme thing I can say is try to clone the same configuration of how LinkedIn works, Twitter works, Meta works. Try to build the same thing. Then you will know how you can start from something small to keep that as a big picture or something like that. Do you recommend React before Node.js or in parallel? Node.js and React, they are not related to anything. You can learn anyway, however it works. But React is the front end side of things. Node.js is the back end side of things. Whichever you feel better to start with, go ahead with it. There is no first or last or something like that. So it is fine. Mm, how to master MERN as after some time it is like fading away. What do you mean by that? I don't understand quietly, but yeah, I don't think there is anything that can fade away in this case. MERN stack nowadays, a lot of people are moving from Java to MERN. I mean, there are a lot of things are happening. So now none of these Java, JavaScript, Python will fade away. So Go is also upcoming. Svelte is also there. React, Angular, Vue, a lot of things are there. So nothing is going to fade away. So go ahead with that. Is it more beneficial to have one major project or several smaller projects? Aishwarya, basically, a language is something that has got hundreds of components. If you are able to master everything in one single project, great. If you can't, make multiple projects just for mastering it. For example, there is WebRTC. You can create a live chat program using WebRTC. Create that as a one single project. You can also create something like a real-time chat application. So there are multiple things that you can do. So whatever works, works. So make sure you touch upon all these things in that big to-do, which is the roadmap.sh. Shreya asks, how to increase our soft skills, sir? Stop calling sir. That is the first soft skill you will learn from me. So I told like, don't call people by sir. Just try to call by address by their name. That is much respectful. Second thing that I would say is talk to multiple people, talk to many people, talk to me, talk to Varshita, talk to other people who are in GirlScript. So they will be able to guide you. Like if you talk to multiple people, you will learn a lot. As simple as that. That I would say. Big MI Rip says, as I have done MERN stack one time, now can I do project-based learning to master it? Yes, go ahead with that. And then don't forget to push your code on GitHub, put a screenshot on LinkedIn, tell people on Twitter, and probably make a screencast on YouTube and upload it and share it with everyone. Varshita, can we get your LinkedIn profile? Varshita, go ahead, tell that. And fading away means exam and other things which act as a backlogs is consistent coding and some of the concepts I can't remember. I understand. So this is a problem that even I face. So if you want to keep everything on top of yourself, you have to keep on practicing it. That is what is the best thing that you can do. Yeah, I think we are running out of time. So Varshita is also like trying to say something like this. No, right? But still, who wants a part two?
No, please go ahead.
Okay, no, no, no. I mean, we have promised 1 hour. We should stick to the timing, or else they will kick me out next time. So, how many of you want a part two? Maybe we can request part two from GirlScript Summer of Good, or sorry, GirlScript Foundation. Okay, how many of you want part two? Okay, seems like I think I need to wait for the thing. Full series. Oh my god. Okay, we will think about some full series plan. I thought of like telling about my cats in tech community, but I'm not sure if we have time for it. And then I did also wanted to talk about Git as a time machine. Varshita, I think I you missed that point. So Git as a time machine. So
Yeah.
how lazy and inefficient. Lazy is not inefficiency, but I just automate a lot of things. How I can use stash, reflog, bisect, reset to make my journey to the time travel easier. Merge conflicts daemon, which I wanted to actually talk about. That's my biggest fear. How I overcame
Yeah.
it. Then a lot of students I know they fear Git, but that's your backup plan, backup brain, where you can go ahead with time travel and stuff like that. There are so many Git shortcuts and how easy you can learn GitHub and Git. I thought of teaching, but maybe we can do it for the part two. I will try to answer all the other questions
Yeah,
and
we
then
can.
amazing, amazing. I'm looking forward to get connected with everyone. So let me look at my LinkedIn profile for how many requests I have received so far. Okay, I've got like some 8 requests. Definitely, I'm accepting everyone's. And it was so amazing meeting everyone in the Sunday evening in India and Sunday afternoon in UK, Sunday morning in the US. Nice to meet you all. Thank you so much. Varshita, anything that you want to say at the end?
Thank you so much, Praveen, for such an insightful and inspiring session. Yeah, it's really nice speaking to you. I'm
Cool,
sure
cool.
everyone here picked up something, whether it's about choosing the right projects, preparing for international roles, or just in our own tech. Participants
And absolutely,
and
don't hesitate to reach out to me
this
for any kind of
full
guidance.
share your
Um, don't hesitate to reach out to me for any kind of guidance on technology, learning, Git, open source, working in the UK, studying in the UK, anything. Just send me a message. I'm always available to connect with everyone as well. And thank you,
yeah,
Varshita, for hosting.
share your
Varshita seems to have a very bad internet connection. Let's wait for her.
yeah.
There
Thank
is
you
a
once again and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. See you all. Bye. And I have shared my LinkedIn account in the chat as well. So thanks a lot for coming in and joining me. And enjoy your amazing Sunday. Bye bye. Arshita, say bye.
Bye. Yeah.